Welcome to part 2 of Impromptu Inks on the Jill Plate. Have fun. Hello everybody. This is the Mad Scientist, and we're doing impromptu testing again of various techniques. Well, one technique with various things. And this is the result of a sheet that wasn't picking up everything from the plate, and I managed to get it after putting down 3 layers of gloss medium to pick up as much as I could. But some areas where there was a ink with mica in it, it has not really picked up. But some areas it has. I mean, this area has. I can see mica here. You may not be able to see it completely. And I can see mica over there.
Take me off the screen.
Oh, okay.
And we'll see that. Yeah, take me off the screen and we can see it better. There we go. Look at that. Now we get a good look at it.
I can see that there's some glittery effects here on some of the blobs of paint. Yeah. Well, some of them were not coming up, so I had to use a couple of layers of the gloss medium. I keep wanting to say matte medium, but I used gloss.
Yep.
And most of it came up, but the thing is, there's obviously some blobs with quite a lot of mica in them, and although the gloss medium is picking them up, it's not picking all of them up, because it'll be picking the top surface up, but not the next bit or the next bit. It picked up all the paint, but not the powder that was left there, because the top surface of the powder it would get. Now these are the inks. I put too much on, so I soaked some up with these sheets. This was a blue one. Lot of glitter. There'll be a lot of the this one in it, the silver, because I found that worked really well.
What silver is that? I remember you putting that down. I just don't remember what. Yeah, I can't read it well. It just says something metal silver.
Robeson liquid metal silver.
Okay, because it's blurry for us to read it.
Okay, sorry. It's an acrylic paint.
Okay.
And then this one, similar to that.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
So it's got more copper in that one.
Yeah.
But you can see there's some gold in here. And there's a little bit of silver too.
Just barely. Until you tilt it, you really can't see it. All you see is a big splotch of red.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's all it is, because I put too much on, so I was trying to soak it up. So it's just big splotches of red, those, really. Well, I mean, they'll be useful as collage pages or a base for some other design.
Yep.
And there's another one of those nice ones with
I like that.
Copper. It's lovely. This one is lovely.
I love that one.
That's the back. This is the front. That's gorgeous, that one. I'd really like that one. That was lifted with the Naples yellow.
Uh-huh. I remember.
That's the one that we put down, and then I couldn't pull it right then.
Because you were debating whether to use the cream, the off-white, the creamy white, or the Naples yellow deep, and you went with the deep, and I do like that.
Yeah, it's a nice contrast, that one. Yes. Really nice.
Yep.
So this looks like more red. Well, it is, but it isn't just more red. Look, pink. Oh dear. There's even a dog hair caught in it, I think.
What's really bad that you did it on purpose. It shouldn't be done on purpose.
Do it on purpose. It wasn't me, silly paints. Anyway, there you go. Ho hum.
Oh, wow.
This is lovely, both sides, back and front. Look at that.
Yeah, I would be hard pressed to choose. I think I'd go with that side, that one.
But you can see where this is where white paint has made the globbies. And it's not white paint, it's where the blue paint has moved away, celled.
Yep.
And leaving patches on the plate. And then putting down, this was the one where I put down the Titan buff.
So turn it back over like you had it.
No, it wasn't Titan buff, it was the Lucas Krill.
Lucas Krill, yes.
Lucas
but I like
Krill,
the other side.
Yeah, the other side is lovely.
The other side takes me to Under the Sea.
Yeah. That what I'm going to have to do is scan it.
Yes.
So I both sides. Because I like them both. But that's definite selling. But it happened sort of in about sort of stage 3 or something for no particular reason that I could figure out. So I don't know. You know. Oop-de-doo. So there we go. I wonder what I did with the Lucas Krill. I can't seem to find it. It's a big pot. I wonder how it can get lost. So this one is much darker. It's got the darker inks in it. And that dark green one. There's one with a lot of green in it.
I remember this one. Really, yeah, the dark really dominated it.
It's cyan blue copper, and it sounds like it's going to be really bright and coppery, but it isn't, because it's a greenish copper. It's one that's already sort of decayed or verdigris. Quite dark, but you still get some of the copper in there as well. And I did use the other one at the same time. Oh, I can't find it. I think it might have been, I can't remember which one it was. You'll have to watch the previous bit to find out what it was that created this, because it's got blue and copper.
Mm-hmm.
Might be on the top there. Anyway, so that's got the dark in it. Really dark. I like that. Now this is the sheet I was putting everything on, and it turned out quite nice as well. It got a bit of every colour.
Yeah, it did.
And that is that. So that's that. Now, what I want to do now is I want to use some stuff I just got. I went to Hobbycrafts this afternoon because I was bored, and I was looking about, and I thought, oh, I can go and get that silicone oil from there, because I'd ordered some from Amazon, but it's taken forever. And it wasn't that expensive.
Let's readjust the camera, because all we see is your wrist.
Sorry.
Oh, there you go.
So I got this silicone oil, Huile de Silicone Purveyor. So, and I've got the Liquitex pouring medium already. And remembering what Mariah said, I'm going to be putting the paint along here. So if it looks like I'm spraying it all over the place, tell me off. I'm going to put the paint.
Okay. Yeah, I watched Patty last night, and yeah, she just kind of squirted it all over, and
she gets rings. Nice. Nothing wrong with rings, but it's just that when you don't want them and you want something else to happen,
just dab her down the side. Yes. Okay.
I've got the Stuart Semples there.
Yep.
Which we know do selling. So I'm going to be using those, and I'll be using ordinary paints as well, because I want to see if this silicone oil has any effect on the ordinary paint. So we've got the black. We know that sells. We've got the white. We know that sells, but slightly differently. But also we know from what Patty was doing is they work quite well on black paper. Now, I've ordered some black paper, but it's taking forever to get it, and I was getting so bored. And they had some big sheets of black paper in Hobbycraft, so I've got some, and I've cut them down to just the right size. So I've got 4 to play with there, and I've got a couple more sheets that I can have play with if I need to.
Now,
so there's that. We'll start with this one because we know it's not going to harm the plate.
Okay.
Because that's
you still got to wipe that brayer off really well before. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, wonderful.
Oh, I can also try these out, which I've been wanting to. These little ones. Because there's some colours that I haven't got before. And there's some colours that I think I have got. I think this is the same. It's the iridescent blue-green. I think I've already got that in the big version. And that's the iridescent green-yellow. Now, you can't tell me that you would ever guess that was iridescent green-yellow.
No, I wouldn't.
So. How about a nice indigo?
Okay.
Pretty dark.
I'll go with that.
So what I will do is I will put some of this on one edge because I want to get used to doing that.
Now, wait a minute. Don't you want to put the oil down first? Because we know that mineral oil.
No, I don't.
No? Okay. All right.
I want to put this down, and I was thinking to brayer it out so we've got a layer of it on there and then put some oil on.
Okay. That sounds good.
And that way you're protecting the plate if it is going to make any difference. And then you can brayer it a bit to mix it in. Yeah?
Let's do it your way first. Yep,
yeah,
like
just okay.
First. Yep.
We'll start with this way first. All right.
Yep.
Just to get enough on. This is Ultimate Chopping Board Oil. Papa Oki. I'm just going to put some on here.
Or you're going to do the whole plate?
Yeah. Then I'm going to do the whole plate with the other one.
Okay.
Now I'm just going to break it on.
Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, 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 wow.
I have to get it well spread and mixed. It may do absolutely nothing. Very, very light. And then leave it.
All I see is, well, maybe some movement at the top.
I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't see much.
I see some along this edge.
Okay.
And there does seem to be something happening in a couple of places. But I wouldn't say it was huge. I wonder if putting any other colour on top would make a difference.
While it's wet?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's give it a try. This is Naples Yellow Hue Purveyor. Just to see if it makes any difference. Because it may make a difference on the top where the oil went, you know. It's more concentrated. That's enough. Something's happening over here. Just wondering if the blowing technique would work, and I forgot to bring a decent straw in. It's more sort of, it does look as if it's beading up a bit, but on top of the blue. Or it could just be the wetness, you know, it could just be the wetness. That's probably what
Yeah.
it is.
I was going to say that next.
Well, blow on it. No, I don't think it's anything. I think cut your losses and put some stamping on it.
Yep. Mark making.
Yep. So you don't have just a bland sheet
Right.
of stuff. Should do some Papa Joe's, but I didn't think to get one out. Similar effect, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now that may induce something to happen. There's just scratchy marks from the impression of the plate going down, the impression plate. But we've got some marks on there anyway. See?
Yeah.
You can see it back, can't you? So you can see the marks, but there's no particular selling.
So, do you want to put your tissue paper down or your black paper? I would think white tissue.
Yeah. I happen to have a few sheets still. Ready? This is not as wet as with the inks.
And you can pull that up immediately and see what you've got, and then do another pull if need be.
Yep.
It didn't. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
With the oil on there, I'm wondering how long it will take to dry and if it will be oily when it dries.
I don't know. Could be. Maybe I could use a sheet of paper now.
Mm-hmm.
And put that aside. I don't think there's a problem with that. And I'll try the other old plate with the silicone oil. Maybe there's somebody out there going, no, don't do that. It was too late now. So, and this is supposed to be greenish yellow. Iridescent green yellow. Could have fooled me. It doesn't look green or yellow. Look at that. It's bright pink. How is that yellow?
Put that on there. You never know it. Maybe it's a color shift. Who knows? We're going to find out. I think they're liars.
Yeah, I think they are. So shall I put some of this directly on? Too late. I've done it now.
I know. If I'd have said anything, you'd have said, too late.
So there's nothing green or yellow about any of that. I don't think there was enough paint there.
Yeah, well, that's more than enough pink. So add a different color.
Try the blue.
Yeah.
Some of the blue.
You think there's enough oil?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think that's why all these big gaps are.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Now I can see movement. I can see. I can see changing.
Yep, I can see selling.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of it.
You have your windows open. I can hear the birds.
No? No windows open?
I can hear birds chirping.
So can I. Where's it? I thought it was you.
No, that's you.
No, it's not me. I can't hear anything in here.
No, I heard bird chirping. It's from you.
Come in phone. Ah, let me mute. You see if you can still hear it.
Nope. Don't hear it. Can't hear anything. Now I hear it.
That's weird.
It's coming from you.
It's weird. Anyway, we've got spelling. Let's go back to what we were doing. Happening
You got
there.
a bird in the attic and didn't know it.
Yeah, must have. Definitely got something happening. Yeah. There's more over on this side than there is on this, but then I put the oil on this side. I think I might next time use a bit of the pouring medium.
Well, now before you go any further, you did this one different. You didn't put the oil down. You didn't put the paint down and then the oil. You put the paint down and dropped the oil right into those splotches. You didn't do that the first time.
No, I didn't. No, sorry.
So no. That's why, might be why we're seeing this. So what I want to do is pull this or get another plate and do the same thing, same exact technique with the mineral oil again.
Yep, that's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, because you applied it differently, and this time it worked. And I want to see it work with the mineral oil.
Righty ho.
And now I had a thing of silicone from my sewing machine, but I can't find it. So now I want to find some. Oh, that's a nice pull. It took quite a bit and left you some. Wow.
I thought that might be quite good on the black paper. That
Wow.
is not so bad. And actually, I don't see so much pink. So, yeah.
I think there might be a hue when you turn it a certain way, but basically it's gone. Yay.
Yeah.
That's the way to put down pink.
Well, I've put down pink and blue, didn't I? And I've still got some on here.
So that's what I said. It left you something. You could use tissue paper and pull that maybe.
I don't think it would show up that well on tissue paper. Mind you, I said that before, didn't I? And then got myself proof. So perhaps I should.
If it's still got a little bit of wet to it, go ahead and put your tissue paper down and see what you can pull up.
Well, I've got some scrap tissue here, which isn't quite the right size. See if
That's
I can.
what I would do. I get something.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. So
something though. I mean, it did show up. It's definitely not green. There's nothing green about that.
So now the next thing to do is pick your color, drop it, drop some mineral oil in each, and then spread it.
I think we'll try a bit of the green, really green. And I'm going to put some this side as well. And I'm going to put a little bit on every so often.
Boy, the birds are just a chirping away.
But I can only hear them coming from the microphone. Not here in the room. You mute yourself and I'll see if the birds go away. Can't hear them.
What?
It was definitely yours.
Yep, I hear it now. I took off my headphones and it's across the room. We have an open window and it's coming through there.
I knew it was telling me it was.
Well, I didn't hear it before. I hear it coming through you.
That's definitely putting some colour on.
It is.
And there's definitely some big gaps in it as well.
So the mineral oil, the cutting board oil, mineral oil, whatever you call it, is less expensive than the silicone oil, and it would probably do what you want.
Well, it's not quite as obvious selling. I
Not
want to have a go
obvious
with
selling, but definite separation.
Oh yeah, separation from the plate. But it's not really selling, is it? More like blotchy paint than selling.
Well, not really. I mean, there looks like there's areas, especially at the top, sort of in the middle, there's a spot that looks like a snowflake.
Is it?
Almost like dendritic. Nope, top a little more to the left, top middle. Yep, they're right there.
Yeah. Well, I'm not convinced. Okay.
Maybe some heavy body golden. You know, the viscosity of the paint itself might make a difference on selling or movement, you know? So if it's just standard or if it's high flow or oh, I like that. I like that. Especially on the black.
Yeah, and it's pretty much cleared the plate more or less. Not entirely. But that's not terrible.
Ouch.
What?
You hit your camera and now you're a tad bit off screen, the bottom. There you go. And it for some reason it got a little bit blurry.
Well, it's because it's not got much there, I expect.
Right.
I've got 2 left there. I ought to cut some more, but we'll do that in a minute. So I'm going to put some pouring medium on.
Okay.
There we go. Put that back on. That didn't go on very well. I think I need a bit more than that. Heavy body, you said.
Well, I'm just curious, viscosity, if that makes a difference on how it moves, you know? I suppose it's not going to make too much of a difference. The oil is the contributing factor.
Let's use some smalt hue. I like smalt hue.
Oh, yeah. P now has to have some. Oh, you almost did it, didn't you?
Yeah, almost.
Almost.
Now this is where I'm going to add the oil.
Uh-huh. You're going to go with the silicone oil. Okay. Just so I can remember which one you're using. Ooh.
Well,
that really came out. Yeah.
Oopsie doopsie.
Tilt the plate so it rolls down a little bit. Yeah, that's wow. Oh, look at you. You're a regular Van Gogh, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'd be darned. All those birds are here.
I told you, believe me.
Well, they're coming through the headphones so like it's right there with you.
Yeah.
All right. What we got?
It's very thick. I don't see a lot of cells. I've got a nasty suspicion that you've actually got to pour it on. I don't want to do that.
Mm-mm.
No.
Leave it alone. It seems like it's doing something. Very slowly. I'm seeing. See, in the when in the paint pour videos and articles that I've read, the silicone oil can be a hit or miss.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, I'm not doing this. This is too much waste of paint for me.
That's why I don't want to do pouring. But I'm going to actually
Exactly.
feel like I want something.
Now, is it because there's too much paint or not enough?
There's not much paint on there, so I don't think it can be too much.
You went all over. Not that it matters at this point, but
The black's all right. It's the white you mustn't go all over.
Yeah, it's exactly. But see, we already know that that's going to sell, that's going to move.
Fed up, that's all.
Oh.
I'll go back.
It's not giving you results you are happy with. Patience, grasshopper.
Most of it over here.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that maybe I need some kind of poury dropper bottle thing in which to put more paint. And I'd have to choose sort of a strictly limited amount of colours, because otherwise it's going to be... I'm not going to do pouring. I am not. Too wasteful. But something's happening here. Something's happening.
Well, I thought I saw something going on in the middle, but yeah. Crazing. Is that what it's called? Like crazing?
It's more like crazing than anything else.
Yeah.
This side. Well, you've got some greenishness here and there. So I don't know. I think I better pull that with a piece of tissue. Piece of wet. Hello. Is it? Still hot in here. Is it raining?
Spicky.
Yeah. Yep. Newsflash, we have spitty weather.
That's what Russ calls it. Is it raining? No, it's just spitting.
What's worse is that kind of rain you get where it's not actually individual droplets. It's just lots of it coming down, but you can't see it. It just goes straight through your clothes to your bones.
That's lazy rain.
That's lazy rain, yeah.
That's
yeah, don't go around you, just straight through you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lazy rain. So I am.
Yeah, pull that. Go ahead and pull that.
Yeah, oh, all right. And
you're not going to get all of it, no matter how hard you try. If there's just too much there, I think you need to do 2 pulls.
Okay, well, I haven't got much of that tissue left.
Well, for this, go ahead and grab your scrappy tissue.
I don't know where it is.
There's no pattern or design there that you need to have. So, yeah.
It's too late. I'm just going to have to cut some more. I've got plenty of tissue, just not cut.
Too late.
Let's just leave that for a minute or two.
Mm-hmm.
One that I was doing. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. And we have got one from yesterday to pull. Not to pull, but to put a sheet down ready to pull. Now that's nice.
So that's the one you just did, just to make, just not to, so you wouldn't lose everything you put down. That's nice. I like that.
Using this one, the blue black.
Yep.
Iridescent blue black. I think it's the same as the one I keep using because I like it so much. This one here. I think it's the same as this one. Iridescent blue black. It just didn't look like it in the kit, you know. It's a little kit with these little paints.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not very shiny though. It's normally shiny, this stuff.
Yeah, there's the difference.
We pulled a load first, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
And that was black paper because
Mm-hmm.
it came off like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we can have another go on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And what should we do?
You haven't done anything red, so.
You want some red? Oh dear, here we go. Pink ahoy. Naphtha red deep. I'll tell you what I haven't pulled for a while. The Corolla rich transparent red oxide.
There you go.
I've done that one for a while. And what else have I got in that little tub? Burnt umber? I don't think so. Iridescent copper fine. Why not? Open even. There's a threat.
In the middle? Ah, there you go. Okay. Well, that's pretty.
Yeah, I wonder how long that will last.
I don't know. That's a lot. You're going to put some oil in that?
Yep.
Yeah, I like that idea. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Remember, it came out fast, so careful. There you go.
Well, you do want it to have some effect, and it's not done anything to the plate yet. So maybe I'll put some in the center just to see what happens. Right, here we go.
My goodness. So now you've got me wondering. What if you put a layer of oil down and then you paint?
Yeah, I've got a feeling it wouldn't stick. It doesn't seem to want to stick very much where the
Right?
line of oil was. And look,
Yeah.
my sprayer is not moving. There's loads of paint on it and it's not moving much. It's too oily, I think.
I think you're right. That's a fail.
Well, it's different, isn't it? Definitely call it different. Give me a lovely brayer off sheet, mind. Can you see the brayer off sheet over here?
I could see enough of it to know what you mean.
Yeah, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that needs to. Oh, it's never going to dry with that on.
No.
I think it would look nice on the black.
I agree.
You said scrappy tissue.
I know, but I didn't think of that. Too late.
I'm gonna leave it down for a bit. So we'll go back to the other one. See what we can get off that.
Okay, you do that, and I have to step aside for a second.
Okay. I think that would pull nicely with something light. What do we got? What do we get? What can we do? What can we do? That's too dark. I did get some titanium white with that. I don't know. Could put the ordinary Stuart Semple white on and see what happens with that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Put most of the oil up.
If you can even move it.
Yeah, I can move it. It's moving much better from the edge than it was from the centre. I like that. Less circles. Yeah. It's too nice a brayer sheet now, that one. I want to add a bit more of that. It's going to have to sit at the side for a while, though.
Well, at least you'd be able to just. You just buried everything you put down there. So, what are you going to do next?
Still getting beading here. I'm getting beading there. I don't think I'm going to need to bother with that. You see that?
Oh, nice. Yes, I do. It almost looks like bubbles rather than beading.
Yeah. Well, the white does do less obvious selling than the black.
Yep.
And we've got the black from the previous there, and we've got some selling here on the copper. And a bit there.
Well, that's
I'm liking
that. That's like a grove of trees looking from overhead down onto a grove of trees.
Of paper on that.
Okay.
And it doesn't quite go to the edge, unfortunately.
No, you cut it crooked.
Yes, I cut it crooked. Oh, well, never mind. It's open. But, okay. I'll keep that for similar purpose. And I'll put that on the side as well. And we'll go back to this one. Now we know it's not going to ruin the plate. That's better. You can see that better now, can't you? I hope so. We've got some permanent maroon. I'm going to put a bit on. And I'm going to have a bit of dioxazine purple over there. And just to go completely nuts, and I'm going to put some of the oil on, a very little bit of the oil, I think. On that. Now that, it's not sticking to that because it's got the oil on it, but it's sticking to this bit. I've got this scrappy piece of tissue which stuck to some blue.
You're still getting some beating there, some movement.
Mm-hmm.
It's slow, but a little bit on the left side.
That's probably where the oil came in contact with the brayer from over here, and I put it over here.
Yeah, that might be as much as you're going to get because it's.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Well, let's put this down.
Yep.
So I think the next experiment will be adding some silicone oil and pouring medium to some paint and seeing, mixing it first and seeing if that makes much difference on the plate. Like you suggested, doing it in a bottle or something.
Wow, that was cool.
I am going to leave that a bit longer.
Interesting. Mappy. Mappy.
Very mappy, yeah. See if I can get any more of this up.
So I'm looking, you've got the Perspex right there, or whatever that is. You just put a globber of paint down right there on the Perspex and put the oil in it, and then use your palette knife to mix it all up.
I don't think so. I don't think I want to do that because I keep getting paint on here and I can't get it off.
Oh, I see.
So no, don't think so. But put it on the glass sheet and mix it, no problem.
Well, that's what I was thinking, glass.
Ah, right. Well, I'm with you on glass. And it's only over here. You just grab it over here. Right, we need a little empty pot. Yeah, that's a difficult one. Empty pot.
Well, and you don't even need a pot, a lid, any kind of, just a lid or a paper plate or anything you can put a globber of paint on and mix it in. Yeah,
How
I mean, whatever. You're not going
got
to
that
make that
got a
much.
secure lid?
You're just going to make a little
Yeah.
bit.
Right. So we're going to add some pouring medium, did you say, or not?
You don't need a pouring medium. I'm sure you don't.
So I don't want to put the oil in first, do I? So let's try the indigo. That's blended in. Maybe I should add another
I was going
dribble.
to say, more oil, your call.
Yeah.
I've got some happy birds in my yard.
You've got some loud birds in your yard.
Well, I'm sitting next to the patio door, and right outside the patio door is there's a dish with rocks in it, and I put water in it for the birds to get a drink or take a bath.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a homemade bird bath, and they're just loving it.
That's looking quite oily. I can see it separating as I'm doing this.
There you go.
Beading up. So, yeah.
In my mind, after watching videos and everything of pours with oil, that's a lot of oil.
Mm-hmm.
But we're doing it on the gel plate, so I really, I don't know. Haven't done this before.
Maybe all I'm doing is making an oil paint.
Yeah.
There we go. So we'll pop that down again. And I'll have that plate. So we'll put some down. This works out. I'm going to have to find an empty thingamy. I've got a load of the boxes around there. A load of the tubs around there on my desk. I just didn't want to get up and get them. Lazy. In fact, I've just remembered where I put them. So, yeah.
Well, now that's different.
Oh. Now this is beading up, I think. I've got some here. And I've got a little dark bit. Oops. Now and a line where my fingernail went in, but I got a dark. And there's a little bit of remnant of copper there.
Give it a little bit of time. So it's
Just
doing
looking.
something. It's definitely, I see some beading.
It's probably just suction from the roller going over it. didn't like that hair. I just wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Bothering me. Could add another paint to it that doesn't have that in, like a brilliant blue. See what happens. Well, we're seeing the copper a bit more there now. And there is something. I'm not sure if it's beading or just suction from the roller. The other thing you're supposed to do is use a heat torch.
I'm seeing beading. I mean, it's slow. So if you want to set that aside and see if it's growing any, usually the selling in a pour, the selling is almost immediate.
Yeah.
It's like almost like a bubble that popped and separated.
Yeah. This is more like suction from the roller. You can see the lines of the direction of the roller. I'm not really convinced by it. Maybe we need to add more oil to the paint.
Well, on the way your light is hitting your table right now, on the right side, I'm seeing all kinds of crazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's full. It's just growing.
I'd still think it's suction from the brayer rather than anything else, because I can see the directional lines of it from here. And it's definitely elongated on this axis.
Just for the moment, move your plate over to the right. Nope, your other right.
Sorry.
Yeah, see it, the way the light is hitting it, I can see it better now. It's across the whole plate.
Yeah.
And you're right, it could be from the brayer lifting up the oil.
I'm not convinced that anything's working.
Yeah, I'm not either. Not anything spectacular.
No, and I do not want to go the pouring route. I really don't. I couldn't, in conscience, waste that much paint. I couldn't.
I agree. You've already.
I'm sure that can do it. That's fine. That's what they want to do. But I can't. I just can't do it.
Yep, you've already done enough.
I wonder if putting down a layer of gloss medium first might make any difference, because it made a difference to the inks, and you never know.
So, like, put a layer of the gloss medium down, set it aside to dry, and then come back. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
Well, let's see if we can pull any of these. I'll have to put something on top of that one. I can pull that one, I think. I need to put something on top of here to pull it. Let's do the blue. Sorry, let's do the black. It's my last piece of black. I'll need to cut some more. Maybe I should pull that first and then put something else on. Yes, I think so.
Yeah, another sheet not really doing anything.
Well, I don't know. Am I
What do
getting
you-
anything
What do
there?
we got there? Just crazing. Just
That's really all it is, but there is some there. But it is just crazing. Now the lowest level is the darkest paint, so I should put a white piece on that.
so if you wanted a textured look without texture, the crazing would be it.
Now this is a very heavy card because I can't figure out what I've done with the light stuff. So I'm just going to bung this on and leave it. It's going to show up better on the white anyway,
Yeah.
on the black. And we've got that big one to pull yet.
Yep.
This one. The inky one.
Every time I look at that, I watched Robin McClendon briefly last night. She did a video using puff paint.
Puff paint, okay.
Oh yeah, you have to go see this. Not that you need another technique, but I really liked what she did.
No, I don't need another technique.
But you'll like it.
I probably will. That's the trouble.
Well, it's an easy go watch it. I'll find it and send you the link.
So this is what we see from this side, and from this side we see this, and it's much more. The black has got some silvering in it, in places, not everywhere, but in places. And we've got some copper. We've got all sorts of colours. So what paper am I going to put on here to pull this?
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha. How about a one? Find a nice big sheet of white. So I'm going to put gloss medium on it in order to pick it up with no change of the colour that's there. That's what I'm going to do. I could do other things, but I'm not. Now.
Okay. I'm going to send you the link for Robin that you need to watch. You can go find it later.
Oh, thanks for that last link, by the way, that one you sent me about textures and things.
Wasn't that interesting? I didn't get to finish it all. But I really liked what I was seeing and reading.
Exactly, yeah. Me too.
Yeah. Like I said, not that you need another technique.
No.
But hey, that's what it is, being mad scientist. Ooh, there's a big old wasp on my screen door. Go away, fella. How'd you get off camera so much?
Huh? Am I? Oh, because I've got a bigger sheet, haven't I? Bigger plate.
Ah, there you go. That's why.
Thank goodness you're there. I don't have any clue what I was doing. That's always my biggest problem, you know, going off screen.
That's why I'm here to go, hey, 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 where'd you go?
Yep. I'm very thankful I am.
Well, thank you.
So we'll leave this because I do not want to spoil what's under here.
Okay.
So that is going to get left.
All right.
Because that is what I hope to get.
Yeah.
And it's lovely.
I love that. That's like something out of an old black and white Alfred Hitchcock movie.
It's not black and white.
No, I know, but it's right. You missed my point, but
Okay.
that's okay.
No, I get it.
It's okay. An old color Alfred Hitchcock movie.
That's better.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
I think it's going to pull. I think it's going to pull fine. Well, it's going to pull anyway. Got the majority.
Yeah, I see
And
that.
it's got something over here.
Well,
But I think it's just off the brayer.
yeah, I agree.
It's not cells that grow, is it? No.
You got
That's only
better
going to
results when it was separate, when you didn't globber it up like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. So what was I going to do? Something. You said something. I just pull this first. What was it I was going to do?
Oh, I gotta think. Oh, can't remember.
Let's pull this one. This is nice. Right. Well, this is the one that you said made you think of Alfred Hitchcock, a sort of colour Alfred Hitchcock, rather like the birds, maybe, I wondered. So we'll pull this one. This one is quite got a bit going on.
Oh, yeah, this is the one I said, Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah. I was so afraid you were just going to pull it and not show me and tease me.
Well, it's sticking quite well.
Oh, wow.
We've got different colours in the blacks. It's not just black. Oh, it's tearing a bit there, wasn't it?
Watch the bottom, too, then.
No problem.
Yeah.
I was looking at the bottom and not at the top. It's where bits have gone over the edge. That's what it is. So there's nothing here. So let's bend it this way a bit and get that off. Like that. There we go. We've got a long edgy bit there. I can get that off. So there we are. That's not too bad at all. It's got quite a colour in it. It's got, I think this is upside down. I think it should be that way.
Turn it over. Now you've got something there.
Now it looks like we've got witches flying.
Yep.
And we've got plenty of colour, and that bit I can stick back down again, no problem. And there's some lovely bits in the colour here and there, and even some nice selling going on here and there. Not a lot, but some. Now I was rewatching Patty Tolly Parish. What she did. So I before I go into that, I had to go with this one that was all empty space almost. Because, it was getting a bit dry of paint, so I put some smalt blue on the little plate and put each one of these on the smalt blue, picked it up, and then put it on here and braid over to get the prints. So that's quite nice.
Do you have the smalt blue handy that you can show it so people know what you're saying and what you're talking about? There you
Smalt.
go.
It's a blue. It's a sort of rather like faded jeans. And this one's a heavy body. I think they do it in other ones, but I just love that blue. It's particularly nice, I found, if you not mix, but if on the plate you put the smart blue down and a little bit of Payne's grey. I got a really gorgeous pull from doing that. Do with that one, is it on there?
can't tell us. You have to show us. Or it didn't happen. Ha ha ha.
This one that has the smalt blue and Payne's grey in the background. It originally had Nicolazo gold, I think it was, and the bronze.
Oh yeah.
Then I put the smalt blue and the Payne's grey on. It's lovely. It's really lovely. One of the best things. I wish I'd done it bigger. There you go. Always the way, isn't it? Now, these are the other ones I didn't show you. Right. This one was rather a good one. I'm really quite pleased.
Oh, nice.
On the other plate with sea dragons, an urchin, a couple of trilobites, and some of the tomato slice.
Tomatoes, yeah.
Yeah, and it's some really lovely colours in here. Really, really gorgeous. If I can show you them.
Ah.
Aren't they rather
yeah,
some green?
When the light hits it, just it's almost like holographic.
It is, isn't it? Because I think that's the bronze again doing that on top of the other colours. It's lovely. Now, I mean, the bronze was on the plate first, so it's come out on top of the other colours because I put the other colours on to pull it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then we've got this one, which was rather nice. I think that's an older one, though. And that one from the previous bit, the earliest bit of the impromptus. And that one, they've got, this one had some of the red, was it the Arteza? This one, fiery red in it.
Yeah, and I was going to say that one in your left hand looks like you pulled it, some leavings, some leftovers with gel medium.
Yeah, it's the remnants of a previous pull. I think possibly that first one I showed you, this one might have been. Because there's a little bit of a trilobite you can see there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more on here. There's an urchin there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the urchin remnant that looks a bit like a donut that you were saying you couldn't see very well, but I can see it quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, delicate thing.
I like it.
And this one is the nice copper and black. When I say black, I mean Payne's grey and the smalt blue again. I've really quite fallen in love with those.
But you know what? From here, it looks like a faded out pink.
Yeah, because it's on a white instead of on a black.
Mm-hmm.
Black paper. So, and that is really lovely. This one was nearly a failure because
that one I love, and I'll tell you why. It reminds me of the old X-ray films. They do everything digital now, but in the past, you had a piece of what are X-ray films called? X-ray films. Well,
yeah,
that's what it makes me think of.
Yeah, because it's nearly a failure because I was doing these experiments with putting down a layer of the gloss medium first so that putting inks and things on them wouldn't just do nothing, you know, I mean, and wouldn't, when the inks have the mica in them, they stopped. You couldn't pick up mica, but putting the gloss medium down first and then putting the inks on with the mica in, then it became encapsulated when you put something else on top between so you could pull it all. But this one sort of smeared out a bit when it did it. It's rather nice. But when I was pulling it, that base layer of gloss medium was not coming up. It was sticking to the plate, and I had to tease it up and then stick it back down again. But despite that, it's worked really quite well.
Yeah.
I'm really quite pleased with that. You can actually see where this piece isn't actually stuck down. Well, I can. I don't know if you can see that, but that piece there is a sort of bubble.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep, like air got under there. Well, I wonder how that happened.
Well, it's because it stuck to the plate when I was lifting, but then it popped off with the rest of it and left the plate. But there, it wasn't sticking to the page.
So it's
So what I
almost
need-
like it stretched it a bit and left.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So I
It's
think
so
what I need to
beautiful.
cut it and put the colour underneath, put some more medium underneath or something. I don't know. Or I could just leave it like it is. It's interesting anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So those two are really the best ones, I think. Those two, and the one I've just pulled were the last three sitting waiting. And while I was sitting here doing nothing, I started playing with the high flow, the golden high flow, because I was watching Patty and she was using the golden high flows and they were doing just as good a job as the Stuart Semples. So I thought I'd have a go with that. So there's that one. This one. So that's gold and white. On that one, I used the Stuart Semple white down one edge because I wanted to avoid having the circles.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to have the option of being able to control it a bit better than just always having circles.
Mm-hmm.
I do like circles, but I like them where I put them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I want them. So I've got some really lovely beading here. I know that the bronze beads, and with that and the white, it's not bad at all. I mean, it's quite big, so it's not going to do great, but it's rather interesting even so. I might be able to embed maybe a trilobite or two, you know, here and there where the gaps. That's an option. And then I've got this one, which it's beaded up rather a lot. But I've got some rather lovely colours here. It's almost dry. It's not quite dry in some of the places. But these films, they really are almost like petrol films. They're so lovely. So lovely.
Yeah, I like them.
So with these, I was going to put something else on top. Because I don't know. I mean, I only used the coloured inks. And I think, did I use some black? I don't think I did. I think I just used, Phthalo blue, Phthalo green, and then a little touch of the quinacridone magenta, but you can hardly see that here. So I might use a bit more of that and perhaps some black and see what happens when this is thoroughly dry. And the same sort of idea with this. Now this one, you can see there's some sort of yellowing coming through there.
Yeah.
The colour of the light, though, not anything else. But that's black and white. The titanium white and the, what is it, carbon black. So very little of the white, mostly the black. It was doing a lot of this sort of, what would you call that? Or sort of amoeba-like.
Well, when I just recently watched a video on neuron receptors activating and shooting out. That's what it looks like.
Neurons. Yes, that's what it looks like. Neurons. And I've also, when I was playing with the trilobites, I was putting the smalt blue on here. So I just, when I'd finished printing that other thing, I just used one of them as a sort of Uncle Joe, slapped it all over to get a nice print. So I'll be able to pull that later. That should be interesting. I might put that on a bronze because I think that might be nice on bronze. Okay. I get some of this gloss medium on the back of these plates or anywhere on the plates. I do want to pull. Oh, but it's quite lumpy. You're going to get a hole in your gel plate if you're not careful. It's right, getting a little pinprick of something. So, what do you think I should put on that? to pull it.
All right, bring it up a little closer. Ooh, well, I loved what you did with the Naples Deep the other day. I didn't think it would work, and you amazed me when it gave such a great pull. Remember you were deciding between the Naples Deep and the cream,
Yeah, yeah,
and you chose the Naples Deep.
yeah. Maybe I should choose the cream this time.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. One of those.
What's that one?
I think a red would be too much. I
Yellow
think
green. No,
no.
I think like Titan Buff Deep.
Well, that
Maybe.
would work too. Maybe.
Or
I just don't see red iron oxide or bronze, or I don't see a metallic.
Buff Titanium. This is slightly yellower. This Pabeo one.
I know.
Slightly yellow tone. That
Right?
might work quite. Yeah, and I could use one of the one of these color change thingies.
The thing is I know that P said it's got to have a good base. You know, those go good over top something. Now, will they go well over top a transparent like you have down there?
Yes, that's a good question. Well, we have found, pulling on black tissue, that these look quite good.
Yes.
Don't they? So
yes.
Maybe that would work. So I've got a phthalo there, phthalo blue flash. I've got, what's that one? That's blue flash. Midnight blue, that's a nice deep one, but they're very close to this.
Yeah.
How about going a bit different and doing something like emerald green flash or yellow green flash? Or
Either
even
one of those. Yeah.
I don't think the yellow one, it'll just take it greeny. If we're going to go green, we may as well go green.
Okay,
Green?
pick one of those two.
I think I like that one.
Yep. Jump off the fence, pick a side.
Yep, we're going to do that then. Nope, that's more than I meant to do.
You can't put it back in that little hole.
I can try.
Well, you can get a pipette. Oh, have a good brayer sheet on hand. You never know. Maybe a lot is exactly what you needed.
That's my dry brayer. Right. What's that? Something stuck to it. Ugh. We don't want that on the brayer. It's going to make lines. Well, let's try one of these new Astro Brights. Oh, that's picked up again. Let me put it in the bin. Get rid of it permanently. So there's that one. Oh, I think that's going to work. Look.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do on the next one? We'll put that aside and we'll pull those before we go, whatever happens. What about this one? It doesn't need a lot. This is the one we're thinking of putting some trilobites in some places.
Oh, and trilobites or tomatoes.
or bits of these.
Oh, yeah, that'll do.
Could do that with something like Nicolazo Gold.
Which is almost like, as much would show up is almost like using the tomatoes.
Yeah.
So you could use both, and they would be very similar. Just
Quinacridone red.
ah.
Or. Or I got some of this. No,
You
not
know
that
what?
one.
You know what's coming to mind? Magenta. Magenta.
That's a pink.
No, it's a purple red. Is what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a red wine, like burgundy. Is it magenta? Almost burgundy.
I got a quinacridone yellow red.
What's the one in your left hand?
Well, that was the rich, transparent red oxide. Magenta.
Do you want transparent?
Not particularly.
Right. Because this is going to be the bottom layer.
Yeah, so it's not going to show through very much.
Right.
Oh.
So actually, yeah. The yellow red might do it then.
Magenta there. Is that what you want?
Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking of.
Okay, well, we'll try that. Just a moment. Right. Here we go then. Let's give it a try. There's no point doing it where it isn't too visible, except as a pull layer. I don't know that this is going to show up, but we'll see what happens. There we go. It won't be much because I've only put it where the gaps are.
Okay. That's all you.
So. I need a little bit more there. There's not enough.
You know what? Yeah, there you go. Now there's what you want. And then do a pull. Yeah.
I've just pulled up a whole load of it.
Yeah, I'm looking at that going, we're a little backwards here. I think I would have inked up the stencil and then pushed that down and left that mark.
No. I think that's enough. I'm not going to get otherwise. So let's just go right ahead with that, put it on and hope for the best. That's going to take a while, that one, because it's got to soak through the layers of paint there. Probably not going to fall today. Now this one. What am I going to do with that one?
Think about it.
Well,
I don't know, because I agree with you. It's like petrol pulled up there. It's like petrol sitting on that plate.
I think I want to go with one of these.
The color
Sailor. Yeah.
Do you have enough on the plate to?
Not really. Not a lot. So we really need something else. I was going to put a bit of this magenta on this. sprayer a bit on and push it down in the gaps, all these gaps.
Right. That would be the way to go. Put it on the stencil and then stick the stencil over there. Transfer it like that. Yeah. Yep. Even the trilobites sitting there, you could do that. I just don't think there's enough on the plate to give the color change anything to adhere to.
I don't think this is going to work.
Mm.
I think just putting the color change on would have been better.
Mm-mm. I disagree.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to be enough. There's pattern.
You could do it some more, but don't use. Ooh, yeah. How would you? I was gonna say, don't use the brayer on the stencil. Just push it down with your hand, so you don't get the splotchiness outside the stencil. It's gonna show up. I'm telling you. Turn it over.
What? Turn this over?
Yeah, turn it over and take a look. You're not gonna see it now. You're gonna see something. I promise you.
Well, I want to put some bronze down now because I wasn't really happy with it.
Is the magenta dry enough?
Probably not.
Okay. Okay.
I'll tell you what, let's just put it all over the whole thing.
All right.
Just go with it.
It's the back side, so it's not going to be that big of an issue.
Probably won't make any difference at all. Now then, what does it look like? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. There's some prints here and there. Yeah, I think that's not too bad, even with the magenta. Different, anyway. Let's pop this on darn quick.
What do you got?
We might need
that Astra Bright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Arrived this morning.
Okay.
So it may not pull it all up. So I may need to put down some
Gel medium.
Gloss gel medium and pick it up again, properly.
Mm-hmm.
So there we are. And this is the last one. I don't know if that's quite dry yet. Oh, I think it is. Good Lord, that's been waiting longest, mind. So that's not too bad at all. What are we looking like here? We want something with some presence to show that up.
Well, I go with burnt umber.
I don't think so.
Well, I told you I watched that video on neurons, and it was all dark except for the neurons shooting all over the place.
Yeah, except that these neurons are dark anyway. They're
dark
almost
already, yeah. So maybe you want to go with your yellows or that. Okay.
too late.
Too late.
Transparent red oxide, and I'm going to put a little bit of this Nicolazo gold, the high flow, just a little bit.
Okay.
Just wipe its nose. Right, let's be quick about this.
Oh, well, there's a color. My goodness. You got the icky on there.
He has a line of colour that acrylic.
Good job.
Right. Should I use this or white, do you think?
I don't know. I'm what do you think?
I think I should use white.
Yeah, you've got that black neurons, dark neurons.
Okay, yeah, yes, there's wet strength. There we are. Yes, that's going to be good, I think. Gosh, I can feel all the lumps. Whew.
Oh,
I think
wow.
that's going to be quite well. With black, it would have been too dulled down, I think. That might actually pull in a moment or two. And we've got the little one. Where's the little one? There we are. Let's see if we can pull that one. While we wait. Oh, it's not going to do the corners. Darn! Not going to do the corners. Oh, it's doing that corner. I'm going to ease it up while putting that back down.
Yep.
Let's see what I'm doing.
There you go.
It's not doing this corner. Ah, not too bad. Only the tiniest bit of that corner missed.
Oh, I can see the print.
There we are.
I can
Not
see
too
it.
bad.
Not too bad.
It's
It's
nice
in there.
It's nice and subtle.
Yep. It sure is.
I can see it more than you can. I mean, it's not showing so well on the camera as it is in real life.
But I can see it.
But as I say, it is subtle. And it might be this light. Let me turn that light off.
No difference.
Not really, no.
I like it though.
But it is lovely. I mean, if I take a photo of that, you'll see it much better.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that one. That one's finished. That's very satisfying. What else have we got? We've got this one over here. What were we doing with this one? Oh, yes, this one. Let's see if that's going to pull. Nope.
Nope, not yet.
I'm going to have to come back with gel medium on that one.
Yep, too soon. Just like that.
Lovely. Isn't that just lovely? Oh, I love that one. See little bits of cogwheels here and there, just very tiny bits.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. And it's showing up this lovely iridescent colouring from the high flow. In fact, I wouldn't have thought the high flow would have looked quite like iridescent. It'd only look iridescent if I put gloss medium over it because it's a flat thing, but it looks petrol-y. The colours intertwining like that makes it look petrol-y. Oh, I do like that.
Lay it a little flat there. So there, look at that. Wow. That's beautiful. Yep. It's got that
greenish and bluish in here.
It's got that gasoline rainbow, kerosene rainbow.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. And if I put gloss medium over it when it's dry, that will come out beautifully, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that will preserve the colour of the bronze. You wouldn't think that was bronze. It looks copper.
Mm-hmm.
So that magenta, I think, that you insisted on, and I wasn't really keen on.
I can just see a little bit of it, just enough that it splotches and adds some highlight to it.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it.
Yes, it's definitely intriguing, which is what you want in a print, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely what you want. So there's that. Now this one's not going to pull, surely. Surely it's too early. But that other one isn't going to pull till tomorrow, I think. So we'll have a brief look at this. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Now I'm going to have to go back over it. Look, there's too much coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Go back over it. If it,
Leave it
I'll
down
leave
there.
it if the rest of it pulls, and there's always a chance that that may pick up. If not, I'll go over it with the gel medium, or I could go over with matte medium because it's no, I think gloss medium to give it a uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Gloss. Yeah. Okay, so there we are. We're finished.
Okay,
And what
but
I'll
we're
do-
not done. We could still add more. We could add these last bits. So we're just finished with this one.
If we do that, I'm just going to sit there and play and do more. I think best to just post the pictures of these in Makers, because otherwise I'm just going to continue on doing more and more little bits, and you'll end up with a video about 10 hours long. No.
Well, we've done a lot of talking, so I've got a lot to long blocks to edit, not little blocks from when I've been paying attention. So that's helpful.
Yeah, but you don't have to delete all us talking, because we're talking interesting things.
I know. I know.
Anyway, so we'll end the live there, and we
Okay.
will say bye-bye. So we've got something to tag on the end.
There you
You
go.
people saying bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thanks for popping by. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.